the reset button, episode 12. We're going to continue on into the double digits, now evenly divisible. This one titled Unity No More. This is the only podcast that is live and brings you cats. I'll have you know.
Oh, welcome, Jackie, the fourth member. Because she screams too much during broadcast, she has to sit in here. So say hello.
Hello, Kitty.
Hi, Kid Cat. Well, before we get started with the topic and everything we plan to talk about this go, we gotta do the round table. It's our Canadian friend with the Tanuki tail, Mr. Johnny Chase.
Hi. I got a super special thing to show off, but for the live crowd, it'll be later on. For you guys watching on YouTube, it'll be next episode. So can leave a little what do you call it? Cliffhanger.
Ooh.
You have to tune in next time on YouTube to see it, but Twitch chat, you'll be able to see that here in a bit.
Oh, that's
super excited. Dude, you have no idea. I'm super excited for it.
God, I want to know. But that's for all the people live. You know, we do have an after show. If you're listening to this or you're watching this on YouTube and you aren't catching this live, you're missing out, because this is some of the stuff we do right here on twitch.tv/ResetPress. So you should be here with us. We're going to continue on the table. She's wearing orange and black for spooky season. That's Liz.
We like Shadow in this house. I hope everyone's doing well.
Mario fan? I'm sorry.
I'm a Donkey Kong fan. You should know.
Is that a Shadow the Hedgehog shirt? Oh my god, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Hold on. Look at there's like a little Rouge, and then I think there's the robot guy. I don't remember his name.
The robot guy. I don't remember. At first I was like, oh wait, Robotnik? We're talking?
No, it's the other one.
Oh, the other
yeah
guy. Actually, I don't remember his name.
From Sonic Adventure 2?
Perhaps this is what we are referencing tonight.
You got me.
So, you know what? I realized I haven't played a Sonic game in a very, very long time. And I'm in the middle of trying to find the Shadow the Hedgehog game for not $40 complete in box. And it's a little bit of a challenge right now. Ooh. There are copies for like $20, but like they're scratched to hell or like halfway missing. So that's been kind of my vibe recently. If that gives you like a clue to my life right now.
That's got to be the worst thing ever, when you finally find something you're wanting to collect or you're wanting to pick up, and then it's just like the shittiest, most beat up thing available. And then they're like, well, I mean, it's still worth some money. It's like 20, 25.
Okay.
No.
So when this game came out, like, who was the demographic and would they take care of their games?
That's true.
So, you know, that's kind of what I'm teetering the line with, is like little boy games. That's kind of the impression I get from Sonic, is like every like 8-year-old when that came out, that's all they wanted to play. Like, yes, it was rated T for teen because there's guns and Shadow's a little edgelord. But like we've been like looking the last month, and it's like I don't know why. Like I'm in the mood for a Sonic game, but I'm looking for the Shadow game. It's so stupid.
Oh god.
I'm pretty sure I have that on the shelf of PS2 games. Yeah, because I played it one time there. It was on the whole, I was doing this thing for like engagement on Twitch where like, all right, we hit this number, I'll play a bad Sonic game. And Shadow was on that list, and I think we got it done in one session. I was like, I'm only doing one ending. There's like 5 or 6 different endings. It's like whatever ending I get, that's what I get.
Oh, you're that kind of person, I see, Johnny. You don't complete your games with all the endings. Okay.
I complete
Sonic and the Secret Rings. Over an hour on the genie boss fight. I was done. I was like, no, that's just like the first ending. You gotta get all the chaos. And I was like, no, I'm done. I'm not playing it anymore.
You talking
tortured
about the
soul.
edgelords of Sonic back in the day reminds me of that kid. I can't remember what his name is this moment, but the frickin' Fricks kid. You frickin' Fricks! You don't know what you've done!
I can't make my voice go any higher. Your accent.
Why can't you understand that your actions have consequences? And for everybody listening or watching this podcast, your actions have consequences. You chose this, remember? And that's how we're going to start this one, apparently.
Your actions. That's a perfect segue. Your actions have consequences. Unity. About Unity. Boom! Roasted.
I love this show. Can we do this forever?
Johnny, this is why you're a genius, Johnny.
Oh. Unity no more. Unity no more. So I don't think we're going to pull up an article and start reading into the whole thing a bit, because that might bore some people to death, including me. Basically, what Unity has decided to do, after having a long-standing reign of being one of the best game engines out there, they have made some of the most beloved indie games out there, including mine, Cult of the Lamb. I love Cult of the Lamb. So good. So good.
Everyone's talking about that right now. It's in.
Yeah, because they fired. Oh, they fired. But Unity has decided to begin a new policy, a new pricing structure that has caused the entire internet to lose their minds all at once. They have since clarified, because at first what everyone thought is now there's going to be like a microcharge every single time someone installs a Unity base game on a machine, which that'd rack the money up quick. But they have come out and since clarified that no, the charge is going to be one time per machine, which can still be problematic, because one of the things they said with this is, of course, there is still going to be that charge. And by the way, I think they've forgotten that some Nintendo products, like some of the little Nintendo Pokemon puzzle games and what have you, use Unity engines. So good luck fighting them. But the other problem that's happened with this is the big question came up, what about piracy? Because if everybody is installing these games, like, you could have 1 million copies of a game go out just like that with piracy, and it's installed everywhere. Sales clearly didn't happen, yet devs are getting dinged for it. How are you going to handle this, Unity, if you're going to implement this new idea, this new way of, recouping some more costs from their software? And the answer, my dear people, is trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. We have a way in engine to make sure that the games are not pirated. Now, folks, I'm going to ask you this, everybody out there watching this right now. How many times have you heard Nintendo say this? We have found a way to stop the piracy of our games. Oh, I'm sorry. Did they say that during the GameCube? Whoops. Wait. They said that with the Wii, didn't they? Oh, fucking whoops. Oh, man. Then it was, we got this with the Wii U. Don't worry. Plus, people really didn't buy the Wii U. Oh, fuck. They did it there, too? The only time Nintendo has been able to stop piracy at this point is when they sued a motherfucker to pieces during the Switch era. That's the only time. So this whole trust me, bro, it's going to be okay thing is maddening. I mean, the charges alone are crazy. To just be like, oh, now that you've used our stuff, we're going to keep charging, like, every time the installation? Not with the sale. No, not the sale. With the installation. But then this, too. Like, what the fuck?
So, there's, like, two sides of the coin here, okay? So, I don't know the business model of Unity, okay? And, obviously, they want money. This is the whole reason that they are hurting somewhere with their money. However, I think the approach the announcement and their model that they're presenting to people to make more money is not the best way to do it. I think what would have been probably a better business decision is to have like the version that exists as it is now. Again, I don't know the cost or expenses it is for the users to utilize Unity in its current state. But I think if they made something like Unity Plus or something where they continued adding enhanced features where they might have that barrier of entry to where you have to pay for a subscription or pay for something, where I think that if there was like a tool or something in this program that could be more beneficial to, let's say, like a much bigger game developer where they could justify charging a fee, because like again, I understand like Unity as a company needs to make money in order to like continue thriving in its own way as a business, but and I don't know their pocketbooks, I don't know every little thing about them whatsoever, but I feel like they should have announced a different product or program and implemented a straightforward fee up front versus, hey, we've had this running for like ever and ever and ever for like 15 plus years, however long the company and the program's been around. They can't just suddenly ask for money, and I think they're probably the biggest engine. Like that's like the engine people use the most, I think. So
I mean,
it's a bummer.
between that and Unreal,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'd say they're pretty neck and neck now.
Yeah.
I mean, but like from Unity's standpoint, like I don't know the whole inner workings of how the licensing works. I think someone in the chat has chimed in and saying that Unity's free to use for free projects, but must be bought for commercial use. So if you're actually going to push a product to console or PC, you actually have to buy it. Okay, I mean, all right, so I understand that. I mean, if they could have just easily come out and said, "Hey, we're kind of hemorrhaging money right now," instead of doing this like weird like per install fee or up to a certain amount fee, we just need to increase our overall fee. So like if you paid X amount for the commercial use, we now have to charge you this. It's just because, I mean, you know, inflation's hitting everyone right now. Like everything's got, unfortunately, everything's going up. Not much can be done about it. But I think if Unity came out and just was like, yo, we need to just increase our overall licensing fee, either that or we're going to go under, I think it would have come up a little bit better.
Or
other
if they
than this
do something
weird
to like reevaluate every few years, if they do have whatever XYZ fee it is, if they're like, dude, we have to like adjust for inflation and like whatever it is marginally every year to like keep things running. I agree with what you're saying. Like that'd be a much smarter explanation for price increases and way to implement it.
So I actually pulled it up here on their website, unity.com/compare-plans. So we have it here. If you're wanting it to use it personally, then it's free. For personal use, no problem. It's also, according to their website, free for any entity that is making less than 100,000 in revenue. That's just what I saw at the very beginning of the website. But then when you go into personal, pro, enterprise, that seems to suddenly be different. So I would have to ask somebody, why does it suddenly seem different when I go on here? But that debate aside, when you go to the pro, the complete solution for professionals to create and operate, starting at $2,000.40. I don't know why it was $2,000.40, but that. It also says per seat. I don't know what that means. Like, is it $2,000 per person working with the stuff? What does that mean?
Yeah, it's probably for like per like license use on like your computer that you're developing on. Yeah. That's probably what it is.
Then there is enterprise. They don't even tell you what the price of this one is. They just say contact us.
I mean, that's one of those lock and key things where it's like they're not going to say the price unless like you are an actual person in business,
right?
Like you're going to strike a deal and we're going to put like 100 computers plus. I don't know, I'm just making up a number. So that's probably what level that's reserved for.
And then the Unity runtime fee policy has been updated. Let's see here. No runtime fees. Splash screen is optional. The Unity personal plan will remain free, and there will be no runtime fees. We'll be increasing the annual revenue funding limit from 100,000 to 200,000 when you remove the requirement to use Made with Unity splash screen. So that's actually a positive. Okay, given that, that's actually a positive. Also, I think my camera froze, unfortunately. I love USB problems.
Yep.
Sorry,
It's
guys.
okay.
Is
We
what
love
it
your
is.
beautiful face. It's okay.
Is what it is. But that's actually a positive that they increased it from 100,000 to 200,000. That keeps you a bit ahead of the curve, so you don't have that problem. Runtime fee looking forward does not apply to any games created with any currently supported Unity versions. It only applies to games created with the upgraded to LTS version releasing in 2024. So we know that's coming. We make sure that you can stay on the terms applicable for the version of Unity you are using as long as you keep using that version. So that means if you do not want to be hit with this, you are locked into the old versions. You can't use any sort of updates or anything like that they plan to roll out. Runtime fee self-reported. On a monthly basis, you have a choice of the lesser of 2.5% revenue share or calculated amount based on the unique initial engagements. Both initial engagements and your revenue are self-reported from data you already have available. You will always be billed the lesser amount. So basically, they are going to calculate on your behalf. Again, trust me, bro. 2.5% revenue share or the initial engagement, likely meaning the amount of installs. And they are going to be the ones to charge you, not you reporting it and saying, okay, what do I owe you? They're already going to take care of that.
I think there has to be some communication bridge, especially with like really, really poppin' games and huge developers or like the indie developers that, you know, explode and get popular.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they could like, how do they know your numbers if you don't like self-report it? So, I feel like there's going to be, they are going to require some sort of communication. And I think there would be numerous companies that would commit some sort of like data fraud. It's like maybe skewing their numbers. I don't know.
We only sold
get those
99,000
fees.
units.
It's all we can do, guys. All right.
No, exactly. So I think it's just going to lead to, especially the smaller people. I don't think they're going to report accurate numbers, you know, unless like they are legally bound to.
I think what you're going to see is there's going to be, and this is going to scare everybody when I say it, and you probably should be scared. There's going to be just a tad bit of spyware in this thing. It's going to be very Warden-like with World of Warcraft. If anybody knows Blizzard Entertainment and how they run their games, they have a small piece of software that is running in the background of their games called Warden, constantly checking to see if you're using any sort of cheats and report that back. So I assume that we're going to see something very similar in the new versions that will determine if the install is on a new machine. If so, it's going to report that back. And otherwise, they'll be able to determine what the sales are based off of the account you're using to make your Unity game and sell your Unity game. And you'll just have to trust that they're using the data and charging you correctly. So you've got two problems there. One is the trust me, bro. The other is you're probably going to have just a tad teeny, sorry guys, bit of spyware in your video games.
Sounds like a no bueno. And I mean, I think, you know, I think a lot of the response from different developers and like, you know, small scale to larger scale people, whenever there's always some sort of drastic announcement, there's like a knee-jerk reaction and oh my god. Even though Unity kind of like redacted little things, like they kind of took a couple things back and they're like, oh, it's not going to be as bad. I think they just lost a lot of respect. And I think the people making games, if they're not too deep into a production already, they're probably heavily considering their options to actually to switch onto another engine of some sort.
There are a lot that are saying that they're switching automatically, and I think the Cult of Lamb developers have even stated that like these practices don't change. We're deleting Cult of the Lamb off of the stores in January.
Oh my God.
I thought that was a
Awful.
joke. Are they seriously doing that?
I mean, I could go check their.
I thought they
Twitter
were just
again,
being
but I'm
tongue in
pretty
cheek.
sure
Because
that
like like when I think of like the Cult of the Lamb devs, it's like okay, they're like a smaller company, and the expectations that Unity's setting now for like their business model change is like it really hurts. I don't care about these big AAA companies that are making a bazillion dollars off of stupid crap every single day. I feel like some game series make more money off of merchandise than their actual games. It's like they have constant revenue coming in from all sorts of areas and advertisements and in-game
Absolutely.
promos and everything that's all squished into the games that they're making hella money, loot boxes, whatever. I don't care about those people getting charged, but when it comes to the indie devs, like they don't have that kind of money just to be like, we're gonna give you a fragment of our sales here. And it's really discouraging for somebody at that level.
Yeah, I would agree, especially because it's a fairly popular game. It really smashed and won over the hearts of a lot of people. Like I said, it is straight up my favorite indie game. I love Cult of the Lamb, and
That's the bummer.
yeah, and to
Sorry,
know that
I
like
didn't
it is
interrupt
just
you.
straight up getting punched in the dick. Like this is awful. But I can't
No.
I can't blame them. I really can't. When your entire structure, like you had this set out, you had a business model. Their publisher, help me. They're big on indies. I could not remember their publisher off the top of my head. Somebody will say it later.
I'll look it up for you.
Same people who did Hotline Miami.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Devolver.
Yes, Devolver
Massive
Digital.
Monster. No, Massive Monster and Devolver. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
Massive is
Yep.
the
Massive
dev, yeah.
Monster
Yeah.
devved and publisher was Devolver.
Yeah, it's Devolver Digital. Yep.
So they have
Um,
Devolver. So you know straight up if like Devolver is coming to peddle you, you've got some good shit on your hands. But then this just comes out of the woodwork and pretty much just destroys the goodwill that you've built, really hurts your business. And yeah, what are you going to do from here on out? Because now you're kind of at the mercy of this new policy, this new plan that came out of nowhere. So like that's
Yeah,
an issue.
I can't find the tweet anymore, but I for sure saw that they tweeted out saying it's like, yeah, if this doesn't change, we're straight up deleting Cult of the Lamb off of all storefronts.
It's okay. By the time they figure out their game engine thing, it will be at least 5 years, and I'll be ready to play it at that point. So, I'm not too worried about Cult of the Lamb. Let's be real.
I'll show you Cult of the Lamb sometime. It's so wonderful.
Oh no, a lot of people are talking about it.
The
I'll
music
probably
is
play
so
it.
great.
I'm kind of in my what would I call my era? I'm in my like indie game renaissance era right now and trying to catch up. That's the mood. And Shadow the Hedgehog mood.
See, the only Sonic stuff I played recently was the new one, the open world one,
Frontiers.
Frontiers. Yeah, I have that on Switch.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a wise move or not.
I heard that one's not terrible. Like
So
people were a
far-
little worried about it, and then they liked the performance, but then when people got in their hands, it's like, this isn't bad.
Yeah,
It's a solid 7.
the problem was every time they showed footage of it, it looked like absolute garbage, and I think the best point of action for that one is just shut the fuck up for a little while, and then when they actually showed it, it was like it's fine. It's fine. It's not groundbreaking like people were demanding. Oh, this has to keep up with 3D Mario. No,
Oh my
no. It doesn't, and it won't. It's fine. I've enjoyed it so far, and I can also say I usually play it in handheld Switch, and it works fine there. I haven't had any weird issues or anything like that. It's been pretty okay. Unlike, I just want to throw some jabs really quick here because, being a big fan and it pisses me off. Hey, how's it going, NetherRealm Studios? What's up?
Oh,
Why is your Mortal Kombat 1 port on Switch so fucking terrible?
It's better than nothing.
I'll choose nothing,
Oh, you
thank
poor
you.
souls. Oh, you poor souls. You're so tortured.
Yeah. And the argument was like, well, what if people's only option is a Switch? I'm like, most people have PCs, and you could probably run MK1 on a decent enough PC. I mean, you'll not run it at optimal settings, but I mean, oh look, like I think low res PC MK1 will look better than Switch MK1.
Man, I'll just put it to you this way, all right? And I'm your buddy here. I'm your pal. I'm a gaming collector. I love to play Mortal Kombat and everything like that. I won't steer you wrong. So let me put it to you this way: if the Switch is the only way you can play Mortal Kombat 1, here's a cool idea. Don't play Mortal Kombat 1. Just save some money. Just do what the fuck ever else, okay?
Go play Street Fighter 6 on your PlayStation. Or
Go
your
play
PC.
Street Fighter 6. Go collect stamps. Go fucking skip rocks. Just don't buy that shit. Because,
Do you guys want to see my stamps collection one day?
yes? You have a stamp collection?
I mean, I write a lot of letters. Well, actually, the postage has kept going up in price, so I haven't bought stamps for a while, but I do have a shit ton of stamps. Like, I'm not joking.
That's amazing. That was probably the most random thing I learned today, and that makes me thrilled.
I have a lot of stationery, and I literally have like a waist high, like tall storage bin of like fancy paper.
Oh my god. Okay, so we don't do this very often on the show with the live version, because we try to keep it as YouTube friendly as possible. But we gotta talk. Chat is wilding out over here. We've got
Based on that advice, Reset Patrick advice, play my number 9 on the Wii U. Yeah, if you don't like your Wii U anymore, yeah, totally do that.
Wow. Okay, so I see everybody there. Quick shout out. I see Silent Hero, Icecraft Radio, or Gothrid. I see all you in there. How's it going? But I just first, the hell. No Mortal Kombat 1 for Switch. Also, it's funny that Silent Hero mentioned that because a little bit of ResetPress history here, guys. When Tanner and I branched off and started this because Screw Attack News went to hell in a handbasket, one of the first games that we reviewed, and I was the one who did it, was Mighty Number 9. I think the review is still on Steam if you go look at it. What the fuck was that? I was not happy. My copy bugged out constantly. I can't remember which stage it was where you're fighting on the ship and then the ship is supposed to explode. It bugged out and I just lived on the ship. That was my new home. I just wasn't able to move forward at all. It was so fucking bad. I went back and played it recently and it didn't glitch out. It was just boring, which is equally bad. It was very boring. So I just wanted to give everybody that little bit of ResetPress history. I'm sorry, what's that, Liz?
I like the continued Reset Patrick advice. Play base Cyberpunk 2077 on the PS4.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm actually waiting for Uncle Derek Stop Skeletons from Fighting to do a video on that. He's been itching to do that because he's just like, it's like I need a base PS1 not connected to the internet with a disc copy of Cyberpunk, and I need to see this in action.
Oh my god, dude! I didn't know that was on his to-do list. I'll give me an alert if I miss it, please.
Yeah.
I actually played Cyberpunk when it came out, but I played it on Stadia. It was good on Stadia. There were no problems. I had fun. Like everybody else was having a meltdown and they were angry, and I was very happy. The loud
I'm on
fan noise
Steam.
memes.
I'm trying to find your review on Steam, but I don't know how to search for
It's
specific
likely
users.
it's likely just super buried. Just super
Yeah, there's
buried.
like 3,000 reviews.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if whenever we start doing that ResetPress extra stuff, I'll dig that up so everybody can enjoy, plus some of the other stuff that we participated in before. Before we get on to the next topic, throughout the years, we've done a lot of stuff that newcomers may not know. We've published 2 editions of YouTube Hell. We've done reviews on stuff like Mighty Number 9. I mean, now you've got the ResetPress shorts. We've been doing that since 2017, but now we also have the megabytes. So if you need some stuff on the go, on the quick, we've got that for you too. We've got all sorts of stuff, guys. Just go to our YouTube. It's youtube.com, ResetPress. You'll find us there. Good times, I think. I hope. Maybe you'll agree. I think you have to agree.
Go look us up.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Follow, like, do I say retweet or repost?
It's Twitter.
I'm saying
Come on.
I still
It's
say
Twitter.
I still say retweet. Yeah.
It's Twitter,
I'm a
man.
browser-
I'm goofing. I just feel
have
like our identity is lost on Twitter now.
I have a browser extension that still keeps it Twitter, so there's no X's anywhere. Although it does say, like, when I hover over it, it says, oh no, it says retweet. Oh, no. Okay, so it doesn't say repost.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm keeping it alive.
Play Doom on a $1,000+ custom gaming PC. Yeah, I'd do that. Yeah, I'd do that. No problem. I wouldn't mind doing that at all. Hey, we should probably get to the next topic. I just had to do that because everybody's wilding out in chat. So, yeah, you guys get to be part of this week's episode. Yay! And if you want to be part of the weekly episodes where sometimes we talk to chat, you need to come catch us live if you're watching or listening right now. You can go to twitch.com/ResetPress every other Friday to catch us live starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. And that's what you call a plug, kids. So I know the other thing we wanted to dive into, because this is some news that really shocked everyone for various reasons. Because, I thought that he was doing pretty well where he was. I thought he was happy there. But we found out that legendary game developer Hideki Kamiya will be leaving Platinum Games, or actually already has left Platinum Games.
On October 12th.
Oh,
his
so he
official
will
last
be
date.
leaving.
Okay. He's in the process of leaving. He has not left yet.
He gave us 2-week notice.
He still needs time to block more people on Twitter.
Yeah. And that was the big running joke of his announcement. It's just like, wait, Kamiya is leaving Platinum. I wouldn't know. He's got me blocked on Twitter.
I didn't know. I was blocked on Twitter.
Oh
He hasn't
my
blocked
God.
me. I don't converse with him.
I wouldn't have been able to know because he seriously blocked me on Twitter.
Oh my God.
What did you say
I don't know
about
if
Bayonetta?
to call you poor or blessed soul.
I should probably
What did
go
you
ahead
say
and
about
tell
it?
my Kamiya story, and then we'll stop talking about how he is an internet troll. So, back in the days of Screw Attack, when Screw Attack News was still a thing, Sean Hines, who was my boss there, I know Craig technically was the one doing everything, but Sean Hines is the person I answered directly to, tweeted out to Hideki Kamiya before the announcement and said, hey, I think Bayonetta would make a great character in Smash. And Kamiya insulted him and blocked him. And so let's fast forward.
It's always great when they insult you in a reply and then block you and you can't read what the insult is.
Yeah.
And then you got to get friends to screenshot it and send it to you.
Absolutely awesome shit. Then we're going to fast forward a little bit, and guess who gets announced for Smash? Would you believe Bayonetta? What? So
so upset.
I reached out to Kamiya after the announcement and said, now that Bayonetta has been announced, are you ready to apologize to Sean Hines for what you said? And he blocked me. It's just, it doesn't matter what you say to him. You could tell him happy birthday and you're getting blocked. Whatever you want to say. Happy birthday. Have a good weekend. I'm a fan. Hello. Any of those work, and you're blocked. The guy is legendary for blocking people on social media. Like, if Twitter died tomorrow and everybody went to Sky Blue, he'd be blocking you there, too. Don't worry. He'd be coming up with new ways. I think he's going to write a script when he has some downtime in between jobs. It just blocks people for him. Just a button blocking everybody who says anything his direction. But now that we're done picking on him for being
like a big button.
Kind of like the nut button.
Physical, like something that connects to like his USB, you know. Auto block.
I just got slapped by Mittens. Hold on. Mittens, what the fuck? Anyway, so we should probably talk about everything that doesn't involve him being an internet troll, because, like it or not, Hideki Kamiya is, I'm not going to say he's the godfather of the Japanese action game, but he is a big-time player. This is a guy who has really set the foundation of what we expect a lot of Japanese action games to be. First big one, when he was supposed to take over Resident Evil 4, the idea is they wanted the series to go in a more action direction, obviously. And he went way too far because they said, just do what you do best and show us. And he did. That's what his boss said to do. That's what he did. They took one look at that and said, you have gone too far. What have you done? We can't send this. And so what did we get? We got a cool little game called Devil May Cry out of it.
Hell yeah, we did.
Which kicked off an amazing, amazing series of action games for Capcom. And yeah, that is just the first really solid thing that we got from him. Next, of course, we had the Beautiful Joe series, which he's always said that he likes when he's doing test audiences with it, because people will come in and say that they think the game's too hard, which pisses him off, so he makes it harder. He's been on record saying that. And then, of course, I don't know if we'd say it's his magnum opus, but it's really hit home and really done amazing stuff for the action genre. But Bayonetta, need we say more? It's an amazing series at this point, and it's going to really hurt to see him go. Because, you know, we've gotten 3 solid entries so far. It's uncertain.
In a side game that doesn't have anything to do with character action, but
yeah,
we have Bayo Origins out of that series. So,
and Bayo Origins, did he direct or anything with that part? I didn't look at that.
I don't remember. Don't know, but you know, honestly, I think with like let's call Bayonetta his magnum opus. You have to think about it that when Bayonetta came out in like the PS360 era, like I think, not to say like his game was 100% perfect when it came out, because like not every game is perfect when they release. I think having the buildup of making all of his previous titles and his long-term experience, and getting to that, also that same point of like his skills and creativity gets better, and also getting to a point with technology where he could maybe actually pursue some of his visions. I think that's where we come to like the apex with Bayo and like the continued trilogy.
Not listed in the credits for designer, producer, director.
Okay.
It was directed by someone else within Platinum.
All right, so we skipped that one.
I mean, it makes sense because it's not. It's Cereza and the Lost Demon is not a character action game. It's more of a puzzle platformer.
Yeah,
there are some combat elements in there, but it's basically like I don't even think you control Bayonetta. I think it's the Cheshire Cat.
Oh, that was
you're moving Cheshire around and
I don't know much about that.
As I remember from that, it's like unfortunately like too much stuff came out when Origins released, so I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I've played every other game in the series, but haven't gotten to that one yet.
So how? So I have like a few thoughts on Kamiya choosing to leave Platinum, but like, where are you guys positioned with like your thoughts, feelings, and vibes on what he's doing, and or project what you think he's feeling? Where do you guys go with this?
I I think he's just time. I think he just wants to walk out, walk into the sunset. I don't know like if he has any ambitions to continue making games. Maybe this is his. Maybe Platinum was his swan song. He's just like, I've done all I can in the gaming industry. Time to, do something else, or just go home, and be a family man. Could be that. I mean, maybe he could start up another company, but I don't know. When you've been in the industry this long, there, I was saying like what, like 25, 30 plus years now.
Yeah, he's in his early 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's not quite retirement age.
No, not quite.
No.
He's reaching it when it comes to like software developers in Japan, like the conversation we had a few episodes ago, but not quite there. And I know he said in a statement that he hopes that his fans support him on his next endeavor. So I don't think he's out yet, but he didn't quite say what that was.
So
the way I'm
with you on that.
The way I'm seeing this one, because he has a long list I pulled up here. He was involved in Okami, which is another character action game. The Wonderful 101, which is an action game, but that was very weird and experimental. But for the most part, his history at Capcom, aside from being involved in Resident Evil and then doing action games he wanted to do, was a bunch of Devil May Cry, and he did some Beautiful Joe, which was allowed him to step away from that. And then, he went to Platinum, and it was a bunch of Bayonetta. He's been doing the same kind of game for a very long time. Because we can say that they play differently, sure, but Devil May Cry and Bayonetta are hand in hand for the most part.
Yeah.
They truly are.
Yes.
So
I love when people are like, oh, this Bayonetta game or this Devil May Cry game is just like whatever the opposite one they're talking about. And I'm just like, what's the big idea, people? What?
Yeah.
They're similar.
Similar. No, it's just a ripoff of blah, blah, blah. I love when you talk like that. I'm like, do you know what you're talking about?
It's almost like this guy who made the one came over and made the other. Crazy.
What? No shit.
But I think if he is going to make a studio, which he could, he wants to do action because, I mean, that's his bread and butter, clearly. But maybe stray away from what he's been doing for so long, because if he left Platinum, I think that means he's done doing this. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He's burnt out and he's tired of doing this type of game. So it's time to branch away. It's time to look into something else, because here's the other thing. You can't compare Platinum to Capcom. You just can't, because Platinum is way, way smaller than Capcom by far. They have to make what sells. What sells is Bayonetta. I mean, I played the Transformers game that they put out, and it wasn't as bad as I remember, but it wasn't mind-blowing. Their primary team wasn't on it. It didn't hit great sales. That wasn't the best for them. And then let's talk about Star Fox, because holy fuck. That didn't go well. I don't know what kind of paycheck they got for that, but shit.
Why?
So I think part of what you're saying,
ported to the Switch?
So I get the impression with Kamiya is that he's letting his baby go, which would be Bayonetta. And it's kind of like a combination of what both of you guys are saying. I think he is having his graceful departure from Platinum. He's tired of Dante Bayo, okay? He's tired of that business right now. And it's great that Nintendo rescued Bayonetta, but then you also mentioned the Star Fox thing. I think he's probably at a point where his creation is no longer his, and he's not involved with that little Bayonetta spin-off Origins puzzle game, whatever it is. I don't really know much about it. I think it's something that's outgrown him and other people have taken ownership of. And I think perhaps I'm again, this is kind of like what I'm all these little clues. I think he's lost the thing that's his own again. And with him leaving Capcom years ago to go help co-found Platinum, this is his next stage. But I see people also speculating, and I did not put this together. People also noted that Shinji Mikami left Tango that he founded earlier this year.
Yes,
What
I
if
was
they
about to
made
bring him
something
up
of their
actually.
own? You guys, I did not think about this until I was like just kind of like seeing people's opinions on things, and I'm like, you guys don't even know. I'm gonna cry tears of joy if these boys are back together. You don't even know. Okay, this is what we need. This is what we need, and then they could retire and make like the best shit ever.
Yeah, I
Let's
was
let's not forget too that Platinum saved Metal Gear Rising, because that was in Konami's hands and Kojima's hands for so long they couldn't figure it out. They're just like, let's just give it to Platinum. What are you gonna do? Okay, we're gonna make this thing fucking silly. Like, you want to have this big tactical espionage game? Nah, man. Like, just basically, like, I'm gonna reskin Bandana and put Raiden over it, and I'm gonna make it awesome. I'm gonna have a kick-ass soundtrack.
Fuck yeah, and it worked.
That's what the
Although
people
jury's
need.
still out on, I was not a fan of the whole like push the stick in the direction you need to parry. I much prefer just a dedicated parry button. That's me, but you know, I got around it. I got it.
But
and
yeah,
Revengeance is fantastic.
I was thinking of Shinji Mikami as well, because he's actually tried to branch out before himself. He's actually he has beaten this path for Kamiya, right? This was something that Shinji did first. And the issue he kept running into, because he's a legend, is everywhere he went to work, people are like, hey, can you slap us some of that Resident Evil 4? And he was like, no, I've made Resident Evil 4. I'm ready to make something else. They're like, yeah, but it's sold really well.
Oh my god. And then the Evil Within is just the better Resident Evil 4, okay? I will die on this hill. Oh, no, ignore my Apple Watch. She's on my team. Ignore her. I'm gonna die on this hill. I'm gonna make a YouTube essay, and I'm not joking.
So that's the issue he's been having, is like everywhere he goes, people are like, hey, make this again. Make this again if you don't mind. And he obviously doesn't want to. He's made it very clear that's not what he's wanting to do. He's wanting to come up with new ideas, because Japanese game dev visionaries like to do that. And now Kamiya is going to have the same issue so far. You know, he was making a type of game one place, jumped over to Platinum. They're like, you're the perfect guy to keep doing this. And it seems like he wants to get away from it. If he goes anywhere besides teaming up with Shinji Mikami and making a new studio, is he going to run into the same problem?
I feel like if they're the bosses spearheading it, I think, at least at the beginning, before they have other investors and other people get entangled with whatever they're making, I think at least their first few works will probably be the most from their hearts.
I think at this point, that's the only chance they have. Like, if they go work for somebody else, either one of them, this is going to be expected forever until they retire. It's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
So if they could possibly come together and make their own studio, something that's not like Concept, because, geez, let's not do that. Keiji Inafune, yuck. But if they can make something that works really well and make, a good action game that does not represent what they have both made 1,000 times over at this point, I think it would be really successful. It would really hype people up, because all you have to do is drop their names and people are already on board. If you wanted to pre-order and have like a major company publish it, they probably would, simply based on the names.
Easily. I think people will just throw money at them, but I think the approach will be like internal, and then they'll broaden. However, it might bring back the vicious cycle of, okay, you get too big, you get it out of your grasp or reach, and then they'll become frustrated artists. So it's a very like delicate balancing act and standing up for yourself in terms of growing your new studio or new business.
Yeah.
Like you get it, you got it, and then just like, oh man, I did it again.
No, seriously,
not the
like
next
think
one.
about the cycles that they've been through, both of them. They've had at least like a 5-year cycle, 5 to 10-year cycle at the different studios, and then you could probably tell by the mood of their next game after they break away from that studio that they really want to creatively make something different. And also, poor Kamiya and like Scalebound. Okay, so I've shit on Xbox, okay? And this game made me think I want an Xbox. And has Xbox done that since? Oh no, they shut down like the one game that I'd be like, yeah, I'll play it. I'll play an Xbox, you guys.
Oh, yeah, you brought back bad memories. I was so looking forward to that game.
I know.
And they're just like,
like,
not
really
not
upsetting.
happening.
Wait, I missed it. Which game?
Scalebound. It was their exclusive title for Xbox One.
Oh,
It was
I
like I
totally
don't know if
missed
I
that.
can't remember if it was gonna be 4-player, but it was gonna be like the protagonist. He was basically like a Dante clone with like some Beats by Dr. Dre headphones, but it was just
Okay.
they were just going around like beating up on dragons, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah, dinosaurs,
Okay, I'm
dragons. It
sold.
looks so freaking sick.
I'm sold.
Yeah, and they shut that shit down after hyping it up a bunch. You can't just like show the whole concept and then be like, never mind.
Yeah,
So,
that's
but you know, if we think about the Scalebound vision and they change it enough, and then we've got Shinji and his Dino Crisis era. Think about it.
Mhm.
Think about it.
Well,
Real hard.
I'll pitch this to you as well, because I think this is the one thing. Even if they wanted to look westward for a publisher, because maybe the West would want to throw more money their direction, this could be the one time where a Japanese indie dev studio could be successful that way. The last one I'm thinking of, because I mentioned him earlier, Concept with Kinji Inafune. Yeah, the issue there is he put forward the idea and the notion that he was the father of Mega Man. It was his idea. He knew how it worked. Listened to him, and all was going to go well with it. And most of that was half truths. He's not the father of Mega Man. He had no idea how it worked altogether. And his notion that you need to scrap Japanese concepts and focus on Western was sorely mistaken. I think these two can correct the mistakes that he made, show that you can have Japanese visionaries create their own studio like this. Besides Suda51, you know, he kind of does his own thing. But besides
I have a side
him,
note.
I think that they could make it possible and sell this to the West and make a lot of money. Go ahead, Liz.
Okay. Before I like cry again, I just saw also this week Suda and Swery are making a murder mystery game.
I love murder mystery.
No, I love Suda and I love Swery, and they're like some of my favorite people in this gaming world. Oh my god. I'm like, when I saw that, I almost died.
I need to look more into this, because that seems like it'd be right up my alley, man.
I'm dying. Like, in a good way, not a bad way. Someone just needs to hold my hand along this journey.
I'm trying to think of myself if I ever played a Swirdy or a Pseudo. I think the only one I played is Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yeah, that's Suda.
That's all you
Suda?
need.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
No, the game's great. The game's
I mean,
great.
he has other
They're
great stuff.
I think they're remastering that.
Yes.
And like to get around the fact that it's like, oh yeah, we have a bunch of licensed music and we can't pay those licenses anymore. So
It's okay. I remember trying to Let's Play it like 10 years ago, and then people were like, claim, and then I gave up on that Let's Play channel.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta bite the bullet when you get those claims. Just be like, all right, it's going up there. I'm just gonna leave it.
No, it was like, we're gonna mute your whole video, and it's like,
oh yeah, if it's
that
muted,
kind
I'm
of
like,
shit.
fuck it. Yeah,
you might as well just scrap it and then try to fix the audio.
I was like, I just wasted a lot of time. Like, I mean, I had fun playing the game, but like, that's only a part of it, I guess.
my rule of thumb is if it's not blocked in countries, they just claim it and they don't mute anything, I don't care. Just leave it up there. But if it's like, oh no, it's claimed in like 60 countries, it's like, all right, take it down, take the clip out, and put it back in.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Check it, upload it, whatever you got to do. Exactly. Yeah. But oh man,
I would say, just to plug in there, Lollipop Chainsaw, like that. If that's what you caught, then you're good to go. But if you haven't tried No More Heroes, you should definitely consider that as well. You should.
I still haven't played my bucket 3, list.
I'd like to do this for a long time.
Dude, like with the games that you guys like, if you like the Kamiya games, just play Suda games. Swery's a very different flavor. But I don't know. They're very different vibes. But they're both chaotic and like perfect together.
Now that just unlocked me. Did Swery make Deadly Premonition?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. FK in the coffee.
I have thoughts on that. Like, people who say it's a good game, they're lying. It's trash,
Johnny,
it's terrible.
I'm gonna.
It's sad, but it's Deadly Premonition.
Okay, can I explain when you're done?
It's like The Room and Birdemic. They try to make it serious things, but it's fun to laugh at it.
No. Okay,
I don't think
Johnny,
you tried to make it serious at all.
Johnny, you're hurting my soul. You're hurting my soul.
I just said I attempted to play it once.
Okay, Deadly Premonition.
Here's the thing. Can I do before?
Go. No, it's fine.
Me nuts about Deadly Premonition. I watched the opening cutscene. And let's go back. And then at the end of the cutscene, it said powered by freemake.com. This company, I don't know if it's a company, they couldn't pay a licensing fee for Adobe Premiere or Final Cut. They had to render it in a free website. This is shit I would see YouTubers do. It's like, oh man, this edit got fucked up.
He's a budget kind of
guy.
There's a reason why I gave him money to make The Good Life. He's a low budget kind of guy, okay? Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me describe to you my like atypical gaming brain, okay?
Okay. You have the floor.
So the moment I played Deadly Premonition, I like finally, like, the brain explosion, like, I felt awakened, and I was like, this is why people like Grand Theft Auto. This is my Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Okay. Do I need to say anything else? So that's what unlocked in my brain, where I'm like, this is just the Liz version of GTA. So So if GTA was this, it'd be like my favorite game ever.
I'm gonna say I have not really played Deadly Premonition. However,
well, Patrick, you played like 50 games this year. You were bound to play Deadly Premonition.
Was not one of them. It just wasn't. But I will say this.
It's okay.
Another, we're going back in time here. This goes back to like the early DTT days, guys. We're going way back. And one episode of on ResetPress, and then we never did it again. It's the podcast that happens every 5 years, guys. It's so far back, I don't even remember. Oh, the codec. Jesus. So the codec back in the day with Dina Natali, aka Cybercat, who was on that guy with the glasses.com or Channel Awesome. So she was a fan of Deadly Premonition, explained it, and said, if I recall, Dina, if I'm wrong, you can beat me up in my DMs. She said that she didn't think it was that great of a game either, but she thought it was done that way on purpose for silly comedic reasons. And I'll even pull this up on according to fandom.com. It's categorized as a comedy horror game. So I think a lot of this stuff was done on purpose. Like the guy just decided to wild out. It was like, I want to just do the silliest, craziest, stupidest things and put it in this horror game and just fuck with everybody. And it seems like that's exactly what happened.
It's such an experience. Like, I don't know how much you guys like actually know, because like obviously you guys are not deep in it. Just like go in, just like don't look shit up about it and just enjoy it. Be there for the ride, be there for the bugs, and just have fun. Okay? Just have fun. And I do want to know along the way who you think the murderer is. Because guess what? Okay, so I have this thing, because I play a lot of murder mystery and horror games, and I have this streak of figuring out who the killer is, but for the wrong reason. And this is one of those games. I come up with like a really stupid fucking reason, and then I figure out that it actually is the killer, and I don't know. Like my friends and I, like, we all discover different games or encourage each other to try something, and we always kind of like, we like watching people play story games because we like seeing people's reactions or like them speculate, and I want to know what you guys, who you guys like, think is the killer.
That's the exact reason why we want you to play The Quiet Man.
Okay,
Yes.
I know. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
It's gotta happen. Play The Quiet
Hold
Man.
on. In the month that we've been gone, we got the TV on the wall.
Oh!
And I told you I promised
It's
you
happening.
that I'd be working on things BTS.
Oh,
I promised
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm trying to calibrate. Okay, so the moment I finished platinuming Hades, okay, my life, like my function dial just like went to an 11, and things have changed in the studio because I finally got this game off my mind. So we good. I'm productive again.
I can't wait for that. And I hope everybody tunes in when it happens, because if you haven't seen The Quiet Man, don't spoil yourselves. It's a treat.
No.
It's a treat in the worst fucking way.
I'm gonna love
but
it.
It's a treat.
I know I'm gonna like it. Like, no, stop it. Stop trash talking my favorite new game. If I like it enough, I will go get all the trophies, and I'm not joking. You guys, can we
I feel
one
like
day
you just
compare each
threatened
other's
me.
like achievements and trophies? Please? Please?
Wait, what?
Let's compare each other's achievements and trophies.
I'm sorry. I'm still
Because I
shocked
have to,
from someone saying they wanted to get all the trophies
Or
for
you-
Quiet Man. Oh, what the?
or your Steam points or whatever they are on there. I don't know. I
like
don't
that
play
idea.
PC much.
I'd have to like
'Cause-
look through a lot of stuff, because I've got like all the PlayStation stuff, then I've got all the Xbox
That's
stuff,
fine.
and I've got all the Steam
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
I mean, for me, it's a simple thing. It's just booting up my Xbox and going through my my achievement list.
Got a whole bunch
Can
of
we
different
do
things.
that?
Yes, we
I
can.
think that would be I think it'd be really enlightening and really show our true selves.
Would you also like me to show the spreadsheet
Mm-hmm.
of how many games I completed this year?
No, just look at my trophy list. It's easier.
yeah.
But,
It's easier to look at what I do.
But Liz, I want to show you how many games I've completed this year.
No! Stop it. Okay, hold on. I beat 4 games, 3 of which were platinumed.
Okay, I haven't platinum anything this year. Jeez.
Okay, well, guess who's the cooler gamer in this box on the screen or in your ears? I don't know.
I
I
concede
have
to
something
you.
to show for it.
I concede.
I have internet cred.
But I think with that said, we are going to wrap up this episode of The Reset Button. This was episode 12, Unity No More, because they decided to make a mess of everything. And we'll be back 2 Fridays from now, and we hope to see everybody there for episode 13. I have no idea what it's going to be yet, but we hope to see you there. Have a good night. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of The Reset Button. If you like the podcast, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be updated whenever there's a new episode or various clips that we produce. We appreciate all your support.